Hi there. Welcome to today's episode of Random Thoughts. I'm glad that you're with us today. We're going to dive into a topic that we've partially dived into before, meaning what do we do about possessions? What do we do about people and relationships and the like? We've dealt with that. But now, today, I want to talk about how do I think about, what do I feel about relationships and possessions, etc. Are you confused? Maybe. Well, today I want to talk about that and use the use of the word covet. There we go. And what that all means and how that relates to what I just said a moment ago. Stick around. We'll be right back today in today's episode where there you are, correct. In today's episode of Random Thoughts. See you in a minute. Possessions, people, and the word covet. What does the word covet mean? What is its inference? What is its thoughts? How does it play out? Those kind of things. Well, if you've been following along the most recent Random Thought episodes, I really think you have been figuring out by now I have been dealing with issues in the realm of the Ten Commandments without saying that I've been dealing with the issues around the Ten Commandments. But because of the nature of the final two, or as we call them, the final two, I actually need to say we're talking about the last two Ten Commandments. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, manservant, maidservant, ox, donkey, or anything else that belongs to your neighbor. Covet, what does it mean? Well, part of it has to do with desire. And I think it also has to do with desire revolving around possessiveness. It's one way of looking at it. Covetousness looks at possessions in this over-amplified, I want that, and I will do anything I can do in order to get my hands on that. I'm going to be a little silly here for a moment. So let's say somebody liked my Yeti, okay? It's a nice mug, it really does, keeps my coffee nice and toasty warm most of the time. Let's say somebody said, Pastor Robert, I really like that Yeti cup. I said, well, thank you very much. Would you like to change it out for something else? Okay, why is somebody really being desirous over a Yeti cup? Yeah, they're good, they're quality, but why would they want mine? You can go to the store and get one yourself. I'm sorry, I'm going to just hang on to mine. Thank you very much. And then they offer, let's say they offer $5, $10 more than what he could or she could spend at the store. Now I know there's something really wrong here. There is this desire, this inappropriate desire for something that belongs to somebody else. Now, it could get into stealing. It could get into offering, like I mentioned, way too much money than it's actually worth just in order to have my mug. Weird, right? But that happens all the time. Let's say you are in possession of, I'm a classic Mopar kind of guy. Let's say you are in possession of a 1971 Plymouth Barracuda AAC. hot rod to the nth degree. It's got the 426 Hemi in it. It's got all the bells and whistles. The thing is worth, if I was going to buy it on the open market, the thing's worth six figures, right? If it's immaculate, if it's in good shape. Let's say I find out that you've got one. Now, I could call you and say, and you're not interested in selling, by the way. Just let's say that in the beginning. You're not interested in selling one iota. But I contact you, I reach out to you, says, hey, I know you've got this AAC CUDA 71. And I start asking you questions about the car, and you may start thinking, wow, this guy's interested. He may be a collector. He's talking about my car, what I did in order to have to restore it, ... That's what you're probably thinking. So I start to think, okay, I know what this thing is worth. And let me offer him, let's say, twice as much money. That's what the car's worth. Let's say the car's worth $500,000, give or take. You know what? I say to him, I'm interested in purchasing your car. And he says, the car's not for sale. Maybe there's kind of like a backstory that it used to be his father's car, it used to be his brother's car, whatever the scenario is, and he wants to pass it along to his son, and his son has an appreciation for these classic Mopar muscle cars, right? He says, I'd like to buy it from you if you don't mind. Guy says, no, not for sale. Sorry. Appreciate the conversation, but... And then I offer some outlandish number like, I'll pay you $1 million for it, cash. Now, the guy, if he sticks to his guns, might say, no, sorry, not interested. Thank you very much. He might take my offer. I mean, outlandish as this offer is going to be, he may want more. The cash may be more interesting to him than the car, which, in my opinion, is lunacy. If I spent that much money to restore a 71 Barracuda AAC, I'm never selling it. It's going to pass down the family line if possible. But you get my point. I became so possessive, not about a 71 Barracuda AAC. No, I wanted his. And I was coveting his. Now, let's say, for example, what if he decided to turn me down? Nope. I'm not giving it up. That's a lot of money for this car. I appreciate the offer, but I'm not going to give up. Thank you very much. And he hangs the phone up on me. Oh, I've got to have his car. I've got to have it. And that's the element of coveting. I've got to have it. And you will do, or I could do, anything to get that car. I could do things that are illegal. I could do things that are legal. But is it right? No, not in the least. It's not legal. It's not right. Let me rephrase. It may be legal, but it's not right. Because you have an inappropriate desire for something else that belongs to somebody. Let's stay with the scenario for a moment. This guy's got a 71 AAC. Well, something's gone downturn in the economy. He's on the verge of potentially having to lose his house or whatever. You know what I mean? Something really bad, catastrophic is happening in his life where he's going to need a quick infusion of cash flow. And as much as it pains him to be able to have to put this thing on the market, he's going to try and sell it in order to do what he needs to do for the sake of his family, right? Let's say I get wind of it. Wow. I can get this car now. I can get his car now. I can take his car from him. So instead of offering him $1,000,000, I offer him a number that's so astronomically low. It's just like I'm stealing it. I'm stealing it from him. And he may have gotten so desperate that he would even accept that offer. Is that legal? Yes. Is it right? Absolutely, positively. No. It's not right. You don't do that to somebody. So what do? You find out that this man is going through his hardships, his struggles, and he's going to have to sell this car as much as it pains him. So what are you going to do? You're going to help him. Keep it. Okay, what do you need to do? Yeah, he says, yeah, I know this car has been in my family for 2 generations now. I want to make it at least be able to get it to a 3rd generation by the time it's all said and done. I can't just do that. And you ask, well, what are the issues? What's the challenges? Maybe I can help. Maybe I've got connections. Maybe we can get something done where, let's say, if he's on the verge of losing his house, I can take care of that. That's coveting. That's that's just flat out wrong. That's what God is asking us to be. We may not be able to help everyone in every scenario, but at least we can try. Right now, I'm just using the context of the example of the car. It could be anything where your desire overrules everything. Your possessiveness of somebody else's stuff or people or family members, you become badly and incorrectly enamored with a man's wife, for crying out loud, and you're going to do anything to get her. I mean, come on, that's all wrong, and it all applies. I just use the example of the car just for the sake of brevity. But the point of the matter is, that is God. We don't treat people that way. It's just what God calls us not to do. We treat people with love. We treat people with respect. We treat people with honor. And if I was really that desirous of a 1971 Plymouth Cuda AAC with a 426 Hemi in it, well, you know what? I can buy somewhere an old rust bucket if I can find it. And if I can't find it, oh well. I just guess it wasn't meant to be. And be okay with that. Because God has blessed you with so much. Just take inventory of not only just the things that you have, but the life that you have. Take inventory of that. And let the coveting of somebody else's stuff go. Okay. Well, that's it for today. Look forward to seeing you Sunday morning for not only Sunday morning's episode of The Word, but also worship, Sunday school, and the like. Look forward to seeing you then. If you like my video, give us a thumbs up, click it, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell to receive notifications of the next Random Thoughts, the next Word episode, and the next live stream. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.